Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's topic is how to define brand promise. So we spoke about already what is branding and how actually you create your own personal brand. But either if it's on a personal level or a business one, when you building a brand, part of the foundation is actually to define your brand promise. And that is super important and super critical to build a strong brand that's gonna stay there for the long run. So, how do you do it? Let's start. A brand is a promise, and you deliver the promise with your product and service. So, think about every type of product that comes up on your mind. If it's cars, clothing, groceries, even gym membership, things like that, all of them, all of these brands are promising you something. If you're gonna buy this car, it's gonna be perfect for your family. If you're gonna buy this product, you're gonna be super healthy. If you're gonna buy this dress, you're gonna look super skinny and fabulous. Each and every one of them promising you something. If they're not gonna deliver that promise, you're not gonna buy from them anymore, right? So that's why it's also very important when after we define our promise, we need to make sure that we define a promise that we are able to keep. Because a strong brand and a good brand is a brand that the promise is well kept, and you don't want to promise something that you won't be able to keep, right? So make sure that you're defining the right brand promise and something you can actually stick to it. So how do you define your brand promise? So first you need to ask yourself a few questions, and one of the things I actually really like doing and tell my clients to do is a SWOT analysis. So I'm going to put a link below for a template for you to download. So a SWOT analysis is what's your strengths, what's your weaknesses, what's your opportunities, and what are your threats. And you need to do it either if you are doing it for your business or you do it for your own personal branding. It's always good to do it. So write down what are your key strengths, like what are you good with? Is it communication? Is it perfectionist? It's like all type of things that you can write on, even of your business. Okay, your business is your delivery is so fast. That's like one of your strengths. Quality of the product, that's a strength. Like things like that. Just write it down. What are your strengths? But also write what are your weaknesses, right? Because you want to be able to know what's your weakness point so you can overcome them. That if one of your competitors will take it and say, oh, but he's not good at this, you will have the right answer because say, yeah, I may be not good at this, but I've got this and this and this and this to overcome this. And that's why it's very important. So a weakness can be procrastination, maybe a bad delivery time, maybe you're not shipping to certain areas. It can be so many different things, and each and every one of us need to do it for their own business or for their own personal brand. On the other side, you write, what are your opportunities, what are your threats? So, for example, an opportunity can be that there is low competition, whereas a threat, it can be too much competition. An opportunity can be that you got a certain quality or certain feature in your product or in you that someone else doesn't have, versus a threat can be that you actually don't have something very special in your product and you do the same as others. And that's why it's very important to write it all down. That's going to be the big part of it's going to help you to define your brand promise. So once you've done that, you're going to ask yourself some questions, okay? You can ask yourself, what is my added value with my product and service? What do I give and what can I provide that my competitors cannot? And again, if you heard in one of the videos, I don't really believe in a competition because competition is not really existing in my opinion, because I think each and every one of us brings something different to the table. And as I gave once an example, if I'm a very analytic person, I will work with someone is like similar as me, and I won't go and work with someone that have the same service but is a very all over the place person, and he's more of a I don't know creativity and other stuff person, and not very analytical. So that's why everyone needs to understand what's the benefit that he got that others are not, and highlight it. And it's not even also like what others not. What do you have that you're very good at? Because if you remember, a brand is a promise, and a good brand is a promise well kept. So If you promise that you give the best service because of your communication, about the connection that you are creating, about your knowledge and experience, if you because all of that, that's what you're promising, do it, go for it. That's going to be your brand promise. But if you don't have enough experience, and I can actually see sometimes a lot of them like on Instagram and things like that, people that are presenting themselves as digital marketing leaders, but they actually don't have much followers, and they actually have more people following than followers. Uh, how can you be an expert on something like that? You know, you need to not only talk the talk, but you need to walk the walk. And that's part of it. So make sure in every little thing you write down to yourself, what can you take out of it from your weaknesses, from your strengths, from all of that, from your added value, from your key strengths to what you will make you fall, all of that, and as per that, choose. Okay, from let's say I get a list of 10 things that I'm very good, that are my strengths. Out of them, choose 2 or 3 that you are 1000% can commit to. And that will what's going to help you to define your brand promise. Because as I said, a good promise is a promise well kept. So make sure that not you won't choose the strengths that you can in between do it, that you can actually fully do it. And that's what's going to help you. If you want to learn more about branding, so subscribe to my channel and give me a like if you like my content. And also, I'm going to put below a link to my online course about branding. It's going to teach you how to build a strong brand in 6 simple steps. And I also do one-on-one workshops on how to build a strong brand. So if you want to share what you define as your brand promise and get my opinion, feel free to contact me. I'll be here to help. So good luck with defining your brand promise, and make sure that you're keeping it, right? You stick into it.